My name is Tomiwa Ajibade, and I like to write comics. I'm in grade 4. The thing that inspired me to write this book was I had an experience that I didn't want anybody else to have. So, and my mom was watching me one time when I was making one of my comics, and she had an idea to make a book about my experience. So, to make a milestone for my 10th birthday. So, I was at my after school systema, and there was this girl named Leslie, and she had the newest Dogman book. So I wanted to read it, and I asked. And then she said, no, because you're black. It made me feel like there was nobody that would love me.
That must have been very tough for you.
Yeah. But I feel that I should make the book so that other people can read it, and the people who are like racist to other people can like realize and stop and know that like I'm very special, and because like you can get out there at a young age, but like normally people are often like 10 years old. So I feel like I can express my feelings with everybody.
How does it feel to be the mother of an author? Well, technically for me, Tommy has always been a creative person. He's always loved to scribble, to draw. He makes his own comics. And so it just feels like helping him to amplify one of his hobbies. It doesn't really feel different per se, but I'm excited that he agreed to go ahead with this project and to be able to put in his imagination into content like a book.
My proudest moment as a father of an author, I would like to say that I probably don't have one singular proudest moment, but I'll probably mention a couple. So Tommy's been an amazing boy. And one of the things that I've noticed about him is that he loves to read. And then, of course, as parents, naturally, you would love to see your child accomplish maybe what you can do or what you can't accomplish, so to speak. So I wasn't much of a reader, although a lot of people think that I learn. Probably need to read if I probably need to read if I need to. But honing his skills, to be able to tell stories and write, I think is such an amazing achievement. And I'm really super proud of his creative skills, as well as his ability to kind of voice out on issues concerning bullying. And I think that's one of the things that I'll kind of take away at this point.
Tommy had started to draw his own comics. I realized he had a passion for drawing as early as age 6, 7. And it was just something that he would do anytime we were out, maybe in church or anytime we were out anywhere and he had access to a piece of paper or a notebook, he would just start to scribble and start to draw. I realized for a while that he had these artistic skills in drawing, and so I encouraged him as he was approaching the age of 10. I encouraged him to allow us turn his passion for drawing, making his own comics, into a book. It was, for me, I believe that every milestone should be celebrated in different ways, and I thought that writing a book at age 10 would be a fantastic milestone. It would be something that would help him take on his creativity, to put on his creative heart and really allow his imagination and his creative skills to come into play. So when we decided that we were going to start on this project to actually write the book, the inspiration for him and even I myself, because I did a lot of encouraging him to go ahead with it, was what story could we really tell? What kind of story do we want to tell the world? How do we want to share this story? And as we started to research, it was about life experiences, and we talked a lot. And so one of those conversations that we had actually brought about experiences that had helped him learn a lot, or experiences that had made him feel bad, or different things. So that was where the inspiration came from.
I encourage my son's writing and what my role is in this process. Well, I'd say that first of all, my role as a father is to be able to mentor and also be a guide. Tell him a lot about what life is about, and of course, guide him on this journey of life. There's usually that saying that the father is the mirror that the son cannot reflect. And one of the things that I would say that is exciting about him accomplishing this feat is that I always encourage them to write. So when they're studying, for instance, there's a difference between just reading and jotting something down. So I believe whatever is not documented is not done. So even when they are doing their arithmetic or mathematics assignments here and there, I will tell them, yeah, show me the workings, I'd like to see them. Oh yeah, I already did it in my brain. No, yes, I would still like to see it. I want them to kind of follow that kind of methodical approach. So I think it's exciting, that they follow the principles of whatever is not documented is not done. And I think it's kind of similar to writing as well, which also shows their creativity. I think we got a lot of that. I think that's actually something that's really exciting. How do I help him balance his writing with other things he has to do? So I remember a couple of months back, Tommy had mentioned the fact that he doesn't have time to play. He's kind of his day is kind of full of activities here and there. And one of the things that I mentioned to him was that if you're able to kind of juggle several balls in life, when you grow older as well, you will be able to do that. So one of the things that I encourage them to do is to have a time set out for everything. Plan your day. 30 minutes of studying here, 30 minutes of reading here, 30 minutes of game here. They love to play games. 30 minutes of basketball here and there. Just structure it and do it consistently over the period. And before you know what's going on, Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hour rule will kind of come to play. So I ensure that they find that optimal point and also make sure that they do it consistently over the years.
Any authors or any books, Tommy loves to read. He has bookshelves of books, comics, chapter books, fictional books. He just loves to read. And so one particular book that I know he loves, the Dogman series, and we've also had to watch a couple of movies from those series. That's something particularly. He loves things that excite him, that talk about characters, and that was really the inspiration. And so that got us into writing about the character on this particular book. How should we create the character and how should we write it? So it was mainly character books, specifically the Dogman book is one that he enjoys a lot. Creating a supportive environment for my son, for my kids, is really important because their emotional intelligence, the fact that they can grow both physically, mentally, spiritually, sound, and balancing all those aspects of life is really important for me. And so for my family, my husband and myself, we ensure that we're there, we listen to them, we notice what they enjoy, what they love, the things that they don't love, what makes them feel good, what makes them feel down, and we take note of those things. Every evening as much as we have the opportunity, we try to take out time to make conversations around that. When he gets back from school, asking him, what made your day today? What made you feel bad today? And that was particularly how we were able to get through to the experience that he had that actually inspired this particular book.
The reason I like to write books is because when I was like little, I used to watch people draw and I thought that was super cool. So I started making comics of my own. So now I make like more comics, and as my drawing is improving, I think my comics will get better.
My thoughts on him as a writer or as an author. Honestly, I don't know. I think I'm going to allow him choose that path based on what he finds his passion or what he finds more passionate about as he grows through life. Definitely, I want to work with him to channel his creativity towards a certain path. Does he want to be a writer? Does he want to be an author in the future? Does he want to continue with these particular creative skills? I can't really tell for now, but I will continue to guide him and direct him as he grows.
People should buy my book because it helps them about diversity, uniqueness, and it helps them know that being different is unique.